the question then for you becomes, this is a question I've been, trying to get an answer from somebody. We had the press secretary of DeSantis here, Christina Pushaw, right? And she was great at playing dodgeball. I mean, like she would have been a great dodgeball player. Did you notice that? Like she was dodging everything. Every time I was asking, it's like this. It was very impressive. But this is a state where they love their governor. And in some communities, they love their former president in this state, right? So they're conflicted in the state of Florida. A lot of people on the center and on the right would like to see DeSantis get in the ring and compete for the #1 spot, which is to be the president. There's even some people on the left that would be more happier with a DeSantis than they would be with a Trump as a president, right? But right now, if you go out there and you look at who's going to be the candidate for the right, the percentage-wise, Trump's at the top. He's got a good lead on DeSantis, right? And if then the question becomes, well, if DeSantis doesn't run right now, politics, people got a short memory, because Newsom may be their candidate in 2023, 2024, and people forget about what happened in California.
So that's I think it's Trump versus Newsom in 2024, by the way.
Okay, got it. So you don't think DeSantis is going to run this year in 2023, 2024?
I think Governor DeSantis wants to run. I think that DeSantis is a powerhouse, and I think that he would, if the election were tomorrow and Trump was not in the race, DeSantis he'd be the next president.
Of course, if he's not.
Right. The one thing that I would say,
I don't know about president. I think he would have a very high chance of being a president, but I think he would take the Republican side.
He'd be the nominee.
Yeah, he would be the nominee.
I've seen polling that says that, again, if President Trump did not run and the election were tomorrow, so it's not based on going through the campaign trail, the gauntlet, and by the way, it's a long road to the coronation. So a lot of the roadside's littered with candidates who are the front runner, and then they get that one weird question, or they get tripped up, or people see some weird awkwardness about them, or something like that, and they stumble. Ron would win the GOP primary, and then he would beat whoever the Democrat nominee is. It's just Biden's really screwed things up for the political left right now. I do think that President Trump runs. I think maybe to your point, again, this is not something, I'm not saying this from anything he told me yesterday because we didn't go into anything specific. But look, you take a Trump DeSantis ticket, something like that would be pretty damn powerful, in my opinion. And maybe a team up there might be a smart thing that helps the GOP ticket overall.
I don't know if that happens. I don't know if that happens. These are two alphas. I have a hard time seeing DeSantis doing that. But at the same time, if they go at each other, what does it look like if they both run? I've seen all the quotes, all the things Trump has said. I would beat him too. I would. The booster shot. Hey, people asked me if I took the booster. I did. Some people are afraid to see. I followed all the stories, everything that's been happening. But what happens if both of them run? Is that a good thing, or?
It's. I'd prefer to avoid it. I still think Trump wins. I don't even think that it's ultimately close.
Got it.
But it would. I think that again, Ron's a powerhouse. Trump's a bigger powerhouse.
What about his relationship with Pence these days? Pence may be considering running as well. They haven't exactly mince words as of late. Where's things stand with Pence?
Yeah, I don't think they're hanging out on the weekends anymore. So I think that ship has probably sailed. So I don't.
Any chance that if Trump runs again, that Pence would be his VP nomination at all?
I can't see it.
Zero. I think it's zero. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible for that to happen.
But Pence would run, though, no? Don't you think? Like looking on stage, you see a Trump, you see a Pence, you see a Nikki Haley, you see a DeSantis. What does that look like there? And
here's the reality. If you look at the polling, DeSantis is already clearly past Pence. Even if President Trump did not run for some reason, if President Trump did not run, I do think Pence definitely then runs. If I were advising him, I'd say not to, because I think DeSantis would clean his clock.
DeSantis would clean his clock.
Pence's, yes.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Can you see Trump and Pence debating on stage?
I mean, certainly if there was a primary field and they had primary debates, I think Trump would probably love that. It'd be made for TV excitement.
I don't think Pence would do it. I don't think Pence is going to run because so what's Pence's message going to be? Let's actually go there. First debate, they're on stage.
I was with Trump 99.9% of the time.
Until January 6th insurrection. Yeah. So, okay, so who does he get? He gets the Lincoln Project folks.
Yep.
He gets the Bush camp. He gets McConnell. Who does he get?
Karl Rove.
He gets Karl Rove. He gets those guys. That's who he's going to get. Okay. What happened the moment Biden won? What did they do to Lincoln Project? Nothing. They realized you're left out there too. So Lincoln Project is also sitting there. They're probably behind closed doors hoping for a DeSantis, hoping for somebody else, because those guys are not going to support Trump. But Pence's argument is going to be, it's only going to last for a week or two before he's done. I don't think that's going to last.
But don't forget that Pence was a nobody before Trump made him.
Like, well, I will tell you this. I get what you're saying. He has a point to say when to me, how I interpret that is he wasn't mainstream. That's a better way of saying it. Not that he was a nobody. I will tell you, a lot of people voted for Trump because they were glad Pence was the VP. So you can't say he was a nobody.
Well, especially evangelical
So if you think about percentage-wise, out of all the votes he got when he beat Hillary, okay, what percentage you think was Pence?
So I can tell you, just put a little numbers to that. In the final debate that President Trump had, in toward the end of it, when he answered the question about Supreme Court picks.
Is it in 16?
Yes, in 16. Sorry, I should say in 2016. Yeah. Our numbers went from mid-high 80s with Republicans to low mid 90s with Republicans after that answer, because people heard these pro-life, they want conservative Supreme Court judges, support the Second Amendment, but that was much more of the Pence voter that kind of took it from the mid-high 80s to the low mid 90s. So you're exactly right. There was definitely a community of folks that pushed him over, and 77,000 votes over 6 states. Yeah, you could say Pence was a huge part of it.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.